So, as a current medical student, I often get asked what the A-levels I did were, and this is a really important question, and people sometimes will say, well, what are the best A-levels for medicine? And today, I want to answer that question in under 5 minutes, because that's really how long I think it takes to answer. Let's get straight into the video. But first of all, I want to talk about GCSEs for about 10 seconds. Don't worry about your GCSEs, they don't matter in terms of medicine, in terms of what you've selected. Go for 10 GCSEs that you do well in, that you will perform well in, and maximize the chances of you getting like 9s and 8s. That's really all you need to worry about. Even 7s are fine, 6s and 7s are fine for medicine. It's not really a big thing, and especially for Imperial, they really don't focus on GCSEs a lot. There are so many far more important things to come than GCSEs. So these are really just a foundation for your A-levels. A-levels. So generally, you'll choose, the first question is 3 or 4. I always say 3. I really don't see the benefit for 4. And out of all the Imperial sort of admission staff that I've spoken to, they really say 4 is unnecessary. It's just going to make it harder for you to get good grades. So just stick to 3. That's what I recommend, unless you really want to do 4 for a reason. So that you like the 4th subject, or you really want to do it. Or for example, you love further maths, you want to do further maths, that's fine, you can do it. But don't feel like you have to do 4. I can safely say, having spoken to people on admissions boards, do 3. There's no benefit to doing 4 unless you just like doing the 4th subject. And the key thing here is to maximize your chances of getting good grades. It's going to be a lot harder with 4 than 3. So what 3 subjects should you do? So the first 2, I think, are pretty self-explanatory. Biology and chemistry. These basically are your 2 golden subjects. You kind of have to do them. Chemistry, for some reason, is a lot more important than biology at A-levels. I think because when you get to medical school, you don't get taught a lot of chemistry, so you kind of have to have a really strong foundation base in chemistry. Biology itself is actually a little bit more malleable. You can kind of find some universities who aren't as stringent on it, but I would recommend doing biology, not just because universities want, but if you don't do biology A-level, you're going to find it really hard to do medicine. But you kind of have to have a presumed knowledge base of A-level biology. So I'd recommend doing chemistry and biology. Now, subject number 3, your 3rd subject, this is what people say. People come to me and ask, is music good, or is English good, or everything is good. So there is no bad 3rd subject in your A-levels. You can do whatever you want as long as it's not something that's not kind of a proper A-level subject. So something like critical thinking is not really recommended because I don't think it's the same sort of weighting as other subjects, critical thinking, things like that. If it's a real A-level subject, anything's fine. You can do music, you can do French, German, you can do English literature, English language, anything. Most people choose maths because I think it's probably easier, just because it links with chemistry and biology a lot more, so you're kind of doing the same 3 subjects, they all play in with each other, and it's sort of easier to prepare for. But if you're not a maths person and you love studying music or German, do that. Don't do maths, because it's going to be harder for you to revise, and you might get a better grade in something that you actually love and enjoy. So the key thing I would say for picking your 3rd subject is pick the subject that you can get the easiest A. So your easiest subject to get a top mark in, do that. It does not have to be maths. A lot of universities actually like variety, so some universities actually appreciate if you do something like German. They'll think, you know what, this is someone who's well versed, and that's something that you can talk about at your MMI. This is why I didn't do something like maths. But don't then think about that and then say, okay, I'm not going to do maths because it's going to seem like I'm pigeonholing myself into one area. That's just something that you can talk about if you don't do maths. I did chemistry, biology, and maths, and I think that served me well. I got into medical school without any issues, and that worked out fine for me. It might not work out for you, so don't do it just because I'm saying I did it. Okay, so that's really everything, and that was a short video, because honestly, it's a really simple question to answer. Chemistry, biology, and then whatever you want, as long as it's a relay level subject. So yeah, hopefully that was useful. If you want other videos on BMAT, MMI, literally anything else about medical school, I probably made a video about it, so you might want to go and check it out. And aside from that, I'll see you all in the next video. See you in a bit.